Check this out. 1.6 million illegal immigrants have left the United States in less than 200 days under the Trump administration. This comes from Fox News, and I will probably play that clip. I might give that a play. Hold on. Well, you know what? They got it up right now. Might as well go for it. Let's just check it out. Fuck it.
Milestone of President Trump's immigration crackdown. The DHS Secretary Kristi Noem posting to X that
what do we got for volume here?
Illegal immigrants have left the United States in less
I'll leave
than
it alone.
200 days.
Just a little quiet is all.
Secretary Noem joins us now from South Dakota. Secretary, good of you to be with us.
We really appreciate
it. I want to get into those numbers in just a second, but first of all, there's some breaking news that came up in the president's appearance in the Oval Office.
Did you see that South Park episode?
An executive order has gone
Kristi Noem shooting all those dogs. That was fucked up.
Here in Washington, D.C. that says that effective immediately, if police during something like a routine traffic stop happen to come across the immigration status of a person, they're now allowed to share that information with federal officials. D.C.'s not an official sanctuary city, but how did this come about? Was this pressure from DHS or from the president?
I believe it was, and I think it's not pressure necessarily from the president or from the media, but probably from their citizens that live in D.C.
60,000 immigrants in ICE detention right now.
They have to, live with every single day. So the people have obviously spoken that they're tired of living with this crime, and the fact that they'll share that information with their ICE officers now is phenomenal. That's a game changer. That means that as soon as they encounter somebody who's committing a crime, they'll share that with ICE, and we'll be able to get those illegal criminals out of this country, and we'll make America safer. So that's what we need New York City to do. We need LA to do that.
Absolutely.
We need Chicago to do that. We need all these other leaders to grow up and start sharing this information on these criminals that shouldn't be in our country in the first place, and send them back home to face the consequences for their crimes.
Look, I understand why these Democrat leaders in these major cities are trying to keep illegal immigrants in their cities. They're trying to beef up their congressional numbers. They're trying to get extra seats in the House. But why are they hoping and trying like hell to keep the violent criminals in? That's what the Trump administration is mainly going after. As of right now, they're trying to get the worst of the worst out of here, the ones that they know about. Those are the ones they're rounding up. I just don't understand why they've got a big problem with that. Why do you want to keep criminals in your city? It's weird. It doesn't make any sense. It's like they want chaos and they want their own citizens. It's like they're punishing their own constituents. I just don't understand. I don't get it.
Thing that John and Aisha that I want to talk about today is these incredible numbers that you just at the top of this hit, is that we have 1.6 illegal immigrants that have left this country voluntarily.
Amazing.
And I think these numbers just show exactly the genius of Donald J. Trump.
And you know what? I bet a lot more would leave if they start going after the landlords who are renting to illegal immigrants. The same, obviously, with employers who aren't using E-Verify. That's another way of going after the illegal immigrants that are not self-deporting right now. Go after their source of income and go after where they're living. And punish the landlords at the very least. That's, I guess, if you can find them. I suppose, technically, if you can find where all of the illegal immigrants are renting from, you could just grab them right there, scoop them up, and then deport them from there. But that costs a lot of money to go through that whole process. And there's just too many. There's too many millions that are living here. So they could actually go after landlords if they're able to compile that data to find out where they're all living and punish the landlords. I don't know. Somebody came up with that idea and it sounded good at the time. It still sounds good. I haven't heard an argument against it, at least not as of now.
The brilliant mind that he has, that when he was elected in November, he knew he had to make America safe again. And he said, Kristi, if you're going to be my Homeland
Self-deportation,
Security
that's the cheapest way to go.
We're going to follow the law.
For the American
taxpayers.
taxpayers.
Do commercials. You're going to tell the world that no longer will we tolerate people being in our country illegally and that they need to go home. And he messaged it strong. There were consequences if you broke the law and you were a criminal in this country and you needed to leave. And overwhelmingly, the world got the message. They're leaving on their own, which is the best thing for American citizens. Not only did 1.6 million people leave the United States that shouldn't be here.
Dude, DEA, they're packing body cameras too.
2.5 million Americans became employed in the last 6-7 months. That's incredible growth for U.S. citizens that will benefit their families and the people who love this country, who were born here, who want to be employed, and now have new opportunities for success as well.
Okay, want to get to some new video if we can, Secretary. This is coming from our reporters in LA right now, where they say that Border Patrol has arrived just outside of the downtown LA venue where Governor Gavin Newsom was actually holding a press conference today.
Oh, this brain dead protester over here.
That those Border Patrol agents are making arrests,
saying.
Illegal immigrants that I don't know if they were at this press conference, if they were
in
the area, but this is a very, as John put it when we first saw this video, a very in-your-face way to let, Democrats know that you are going to do your job, that you're going to carry out these Trump policies. Can you just respond to this video that we're watching right now?
Yeah, every single one of our
a dangerous criminal, probably.
Operations is built on information, on investigative work. It's a case and an operation that has been planned because of who they think could be in that area and what they have for information that shows that there are illegal criminals there. Remember, we're focusing on the worst of the worst. So I don't know specific to what information that they had for that operation that they planned today.
Which is hilarious how Democrat mayors are pushing back so hard against this.
Law enforcement officers do for every single operation they conduct to make sure that they're getting dangerous criminals off our streets.
Why are you protecting
as we
evil
saw last
people?
Week, Secretary, there was a little bit of an in-your-face move where the Border Patrol were making arrests just to show California
and they make it damn near impossible to have a gun.
State status, that ICE is going to continue to do its job. I wanted to
switch
and talk
they hate everybody. They hate
about
everybody.
the southern border because I looked up the statistics here, and this graph really kind of tells the tale. This is Southwest border
encounters, huh?
Year over year.
Damn.
You see all the lines of 2022, 23, and 24, way up there.
Oh, way up,
in the
dude.
hundreds of
300,000 almost
you see this green
for 2023.
line at the bottom, which is fiscal year
275.
2025. And you see when President Trump took office, that number goes from about 100,000 per month down to almost zero. My question for you is, that's dramatic decline, but are you satisfied with where we are now, or is there more work to do?
Well, they're still building the wall.
We'll keep a secure border, and we'll do
I
what
reported
we can
on
to make
that
sure
yesterday.
No illegal immigrants come into this country. But that's President Trump's messaging. That's him making sure that people know the rule of law will be enforced, telling the world that if you want to come to this country illegally, you can't anymore, and this will come first.
All right, Secretary of Homeland Security, Christine.
Amen. So there you have it.
Appreciate your time, Madam Secretary.
All right.